Good afternoon. Today, one of my 12 o'clock appointments changed their mind on their tattoo last minute and ended up getting a quote in his wife's handwriting instead of the quote he was supposed to get with his friend, which at first it was going to be kind of annoying because I thought I was going to have to rewrite it or type it out, but he got it done in his wife's handwriting and said he wanted it just the way it was, which worked out pretty good for it being a last minute change. And then I outlined that with or I shouldn't say outline because it's just lettering. I did that tattoo with a with a 3-liner. And then something I like to do when it comes to people's handwriting is instead of using black, I like to use like a dark gray or like a medium gray, just because it makes it look more like it was handwriting than just, fucking doing it black. Like it has, just flows better like if it was written in pen. Just because the, I guess you can say inconsistencies of lining with a gray wash, just because when you line with a gray wash, sometimes it's fucking black, sometimes it's light, like, it's in between, so it just makes it look a little bit more authentic, like it's handwriting. And then his wife still ended up getting the alcohol bottle, and I outlined that with a 5 and then filled it in with a 9 where I could, and obviously just touched up where, it was tight with the 5. And then my 3 o'clock, I've been spending the last few days drawing. It was this young lady's first tattoo, which I didn't realize till after the fact. And we ended up getting halfway through the tattoo and called it. So she has to come back and I have to line the stencil up to get it to finish it, but I'm not too worried about that. Where we ended up stopping was a pretty solid point to stop. Basically, it was like we ended at the eyebrows, and then, where there were a couple snakes, we ended. So I'm not too worried about lining it back up, but, obviously instead of, making $500-600 today, I made $340 today. But I ended up lining that with a 3 and a 5, 3 and a tight 5, 3 and a tight 7, and then shaded it with a 9. Did a majority of it, lined a majority of it in a dark gray, just because, it was supposed to be more on the realistic end of things, but the reference was half of it was realistic, half of it wasn't, so it's just me doing what I do. So yeah, some different stuff than expected, obviously. But I mean, it is what it is, shit happens. It's all about being able to accommodate and adjust, and at the end of the day, like I've said in a couple videos beforehand, tattooing's a service industry, and obviously, well, I shouldn't say it's a service industry. If you treat it like a service industry, you'll have happier clients and people will come back to you more often than not. So I got that young lady scheduled for 3 weeks out, so we're going to finish the top of the Medusa head and then touch up anything that needs to be touched up on the bottom, and kind of tentatively stuck her on a later Saturday appointment, because if anything doesn't get done, it's going to be a shorter session, or if anything that may have healed rough on the bottom needs to be touched up, we can touch it up. But yeah, simple, nothing too crazy today. I mean, the Medusa head could have been a little bit more challenging, but or it was, it's out of my, it's not something I normally do, but it's still gonna look nice. Didn't make a video of that just because it's not done. I think it'd be silly to post fucking literally from like the fucking eyebrows down. But I did get a video of the other stuff, so I'll post that, and we'll go from there. So other than that, you guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow.